Hi everyone, it's Red Hill Eagle here, and this is episode 4 of the TEW 2020 World of Sport Wrestling YouTube series, and this is also episode 4 of Unleashed. Let's get straight into it. This is the last Unleashed before the Unleashed special. Doesn't sound as grand as a big pay per view, but it's, this is a company in its early days, so let's just crack on and get into it. And the show kicks off with Robbie Solar taking on Mark Sloan, and it's Mark Sloan that gets the victory in 6 minutes and 39 seconds via pinfall after the specialist theory. And a rating of 48. Very, very pleased with that one. I was not expecting that much. I mean, Mark Sloan is a star, but Robbie Solar we've only just signed, and he's pretty much a jobber, which is probably how we're going to use him. But we'll wait and see. So yeah, really good score. Really pleased with that one. Um, Sloan debuted his Grand Rocker gimmick. Got a rating of poor, but okay, you win some, you lose some. James Mason then issues a challenge to Nick Aldis. But Aldis comes out and he says, if you want a piece of me, first of all, you got to get through Barry Griffiths. Barry Griffiths has been acting as a bodyguard to Nick Aldis since Aldis made his debut. And, Nick Aldis doesn't want to get his hands dirty with James Mason just yet. He says, if you really think that you can take me on, then, I want to know that you've got the ability to match up to that. So I want to see you in action against Barry. And that's what we're going to get at the Unleashed special. We're going to have Barry Griffiths taking on James Mason. This angle got a 35. Styx then takes on Lionheart, and it's Styx that gets the victory in 13 minutes 18 via pinfall with a Styx shift driver. And a rating of 43, another good one. Pleased with that one. And then at the news desk, Messiah Hallberg interviews Doug Williams, and he cuts his promo on Boris Fedorov, hyping up the title match he has with him at the special on Saturday. 36, yeah, not great. Kind of expected a little bit more from Williams, but there we go. Martin Kirby then takes on Chris Renfrew and had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, but Renfrew got the victory in 8 minutes 27 via pinfall with head over heels. 37 again, yeah, could have been better. We're kind of, well, I suppose it's not too bad really for a company of our size. 37 is kind of average, maybe slightly above average. Anything 40 plus is, they're 40 plus is what we're kind of looking to. They're the highest scores, so 37 isn't too bad. We then have Katie Lees with Fred Payne and Boris Fedorov, and Lee is furious that this match has been booked for the Unleashed special, the title match between champion, her client, Boris Fedorov, and Doug Williams. And Fred Payne just kind of like explains, look, you want this company to be a success just as much as I do, don't you? We need something big. We need a big title match. We need something to, put on on this special. What do you want? Just a couple of people that no one's heard of? Do you want Boris to just get a match against some nobody that's going to last 2 minutes and then done dusted? And KT's like, yeah. And Fred Payne just is completely exasperated. Well, your man might be champion now, and he might be making you and himself a lot of money, but with no company, there's no money. I've got to do what's best. I've got to put on big matches. Doug Williams is more than deserving of a shot, so he's getting this shot. And rating of 36. Sam Bailey making his debut in World of Sport takes on T-Bone, and it's T-Bone that gets the win in 9 minutes 43 via pinfall with a full Nelson slam. And 42, so I did say anything above 40 really is what we should be looking for. So, yep, pleased with that one. Sam Bailey's happy-go-lucky gimmick only got an adequate. I wasn't really expecting much from Sam Bailey. I've got him on a short-term contract. He's just a jobber, really. I've had to sort of bring in a few more people. I thought my roster was a bit small, but I don't want too many. I don't want to be featuring too many guys. As in, I don't want too many guys in storylines at first. This is something we're looking to build. This for me is an experiment or a project in trying to be a lot more creative with my TEW games. So I'm kind of trying to start off a bit slow. So we just had to bring in a few people. I didn't want too many repetitive matches, and I've got a lot of people taking on jobbers at the moment until we get a bit more of a foothold, and I'm a bit more confident in myself in being creative. But 42 for this one, pleased with that. Jackie Polo then interviews Shah Samuels, and he refuses to take on Yeston Reese. Yeston Reese challenged Samuels to a match last week, and Shah Samuels has come out today and he's refusing the challenge. And he just simply says, I've got bigger fish to fry. So, whatever he means by that, well, we don't know. We don't know what's happening with Samuels. He's probably frightened of Yeston. Yeston's got a big reason to get at Samuels. So, yeah, maybe he's just a bit worried that he's going to come off looking pretty bad. But he's refused the challenge. This will probably anger Reese. Rating of 34. Doug Williams then takes on Johnny Moss. And it's a warm up, really, for Williams. And he gets a victory in 11 minutes 57 by pinfall with a Chaos Theory. 55. Wow. Can't go wrong with Williams at the moment. Really good score. So, yeah, it was just Doug Williams coming out here. It's a warm up for the special. It's a warm up for his title match against Boris Fedorov. And, well, he comes through it unscathed. Took him a while. Put on a really good match here, these guys. And, yep, 12 minutes. He gets the win. We then have a news desk segment with Messiah Hallberg, our anchor, and he is with Fred Payne, and he's got an announcement about the contract situation between John Hennigan and Zack Sabre, and they will have a match at the Unleashed special, and it will be a no time limit match. There must be a winner. One of these guys must win and earn the contract. The other guy must leave the company. But that's a rating of 39. That's what's happening in that situation. So far, they've had 3 matches and they've all hit the time limit. They've all been draws. So they've just decided, Fred Payne and the booking committee have decided we've got to do something about this. And they've just decided to have a no time limit match. Nick Aldis takes on Mark Haskins. And in 16 minutes 30, by pinfall with a Tormentum, Nick Aldis gets the win. Rating of 52. That's another good one. Really pleased with that. This is just our match to obviously finish the show and get a good rating and get Nick Aldis some momentum going. And we do have a few plans for Mark Haskins, which will come to fruition. Barry Griffiths did some good work at ringside. You always worry when you have a wrestler managing another wrestler. You can't sort of in game. You can't sort of put them down as you can't put them in as bodyguard or wife or it has to be down as manager. You can't just sort of have them. They tag along sort of thing. But that's worked out quite well. After the match, Mark Haskin blames his friend, his invisible friend, his imaginary friend. You can see him arguing with Thin Air, and he appears to be blaming his friend for the loss. They argue for a few seconds, and then it appears as though his friend is turning him around, and Mark Haskin begins to sort of agree and nod his head, and okay, yeah, you're right, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, good point. And then they hug, and well, they appear to hug. Mark Haskins hugs Thin Air, and they walk back down the aisle. 53 though, so I'm pleased to think that Haskins probably has the entertainment skills for this kind of gimmick. So that's how the show ends, and let's get a final score. 52. Um, increased our popularity in 14 regions. If I remember rightly, last week we got a 54, so it's slightly lower, but still really high score. Anything above, I still think anything above 40 is good for us. But 52, another fantastic one. The next episode will feature the Unleashed special, where one or two ties may be tied, and that's not to say that anything is, going to come to its conclusion. Well, possibly, quite possibly, the John Hennigan and Zack Sabre. Obviously, one man must win, and one man must lose. But join me again if you want to find out what happens there. Please like and subscribe if you like this one, and please start giving me some comments. I want to know what you guys want to see. I want to know what you guys think I'm doing right, doing wrong. Is there anything you want to see different? I do have a certain structure of my shows. I do tend to go match angle, match angle, match angle. Not always. Sometimes I mix it up, but yeah, any advice you can give me would be great. So hopefully I'll see you all again for the Unleashed special. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.